Want some insight into some of the NFL's greatest minds, Jerry Jones, Robert Kraft, Roger Goodell, all transformative figures in the league, and a new book highlights their accomplishments and the evolution of the NFL under their leadership. The book is called Every Day is Sunday, and we love having the author of the book here. He's also a writer for the New York Times with us now, Ken Belson. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet. Well, the NFL's dominance in American sports, it's unparalleled. You've got the fan base, the fan engagement, viewership, monster TV deals, high-stake games. Your book explores the influence those power players I just mentioned have had on the game. Describe some of your findings and your insights that you share in this book.
Yeah, I say early on in the book that nothing is by accident. Obviously, the NFL was fortunate. Every business gets some breaks, but you kind of make your own luck. I'll give you one example just to jump in. When Jerry Jones came into the league, he noticed that the television contracts, there were three packages. There was AFC, NFC, and Monday Night Football. And for many years, there were basically three bidders for three packages. And Jerry said, why aren't we running an auction? Let's bring a fourth guy in, and that'll drive up the price. Obviously, demand and supply, right? So he brings in a fella named Rupert Murdoch, who was very anxious to get into sports to help build up what was then a fledgling Fox network. And it worked. The numbers exploded after that. Rupert Murdoch, I guess you would argue, overpaid. He blew CBS out of the water. But CBS learned a lesson. We can't survive without the NFL. And that was a real inflection point. And that was Jerry Jones's entrepreneurial instinct that I think a lot of owners were complacent prior to that. So Robert Kraft also did similar things. He brought in sponsors. He was close to the networks. He brought CBS back 4 years later at twice the price. So these guys, both Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones, were entrepreneurial, and they understood in a way that the other owners probably hadn't, that they had a great product. And it was pretty much the best show on TV already, and they helped supersize it.
Absolutely. Okay, I want to hear what goes on in the owners' meetings. I mean, we see the excitement on the field, but boy, these power plays and conversations that happen there. And I'm also curious how you did your research for this book.
Sure. The owners are an interesting group. I mean, some of them inherited their teams, the Giants, the Steelers, the Arizona Cardinals, the Bears. So they're kind of like trustees, if you will. They're living on assets that were acquired by their fathers or grandfathers or even great-grandfathers. And so they have a different mindset. They're not as, I guess you would say, financially hungry. And so they pull more towards the sort of, let's not break anything. If it ain't broken, we don't need to fix it kind of thing. And then you have the Jerry Joneses of the world who are bubbling with new ideas, how to market the league, new places to get into, new technology, gambling as an example, international. And they're very much in that wing. And then there's guys in the middle who, will swing either way depending on the issue. And then you get the newest owners, Josh Harris in Washington, for instance, who come from the private equity world, hedge fund, David Tepper, the hedge fund manager who owns the Panthers. And they're almost NFL 3.0. They see the NFL in terms of sort of teams as a linchpin to almost a lifestyle brand or an asset that might anchor a big real estate development, things like that. So that the money that you keep adding zeros, but they have to keep rethinking about, well, what makes us more valuable? And so the NFL owners are not some single monolith. They come from all different parts of the economy, and their ownership is at all different levels.
Well, Ken, I have so much more I want to talk with you about, but I know I'll find a lot of my answers to my questions in your book. I'm getting through it now. It's fantastic. And again, it's Every Day is Sunday, and I'm sure we can find it on Amazon.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for your time and your insight.
Thanks, Roxanne. Take care.